why don't they just slam each other right now? Shane and Braxton wrestled or whatever they do on the floor in the deal. Mm-hmm. Me and Jacob watched, and Shane wanted me so bad to get in on this fighting, but I'm like, I don't.
Shane told me that morning about his intentions of getting you on the ground.
He wants to beat me up so bad.
He wants to wrestle you.
He wants to beat me up so bad, but I'm like, it's not, like, I'm not trained. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be looking for a move. I'm like, once we start wrestling,
you're going to get upset.
I wouldn't even call it upset. I'm just going to, it's going to be full strength, survival mode.
Yeah.
Like whatever happens, happens. I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be, and he's just super confident that in that scenario, all of his training is going to pay off. And I'm confident that I hope it does. But at the same time, I was like, there was several times where I watching him and Braxton. I'm like, why don't they just slam each other right now? Like, why are they not
why isn't
just
he mashing his heel into his jaw repeatedly?
At one point, they started playing with.
If we just want to kill each other, we can.
But
that's not.
That's what I'm saying. But y'all are trained, so it's like whenever if when you started messing with Shane's feet, my literal natural reaction would have been to kick you in the jaw, because it's right there, and you might have broke my foot in the process, but my broken foot would be heel slamming you in the face because now I'm in pain.
I guess Corey's point is every time I've been in a bar fight, a dude's just punched me in the face.
Yeah,
like. Wasn't a lot of. There may have been talking before that. I may or may not have been involved, but it ended with me catching a fist in my mouth, or at various part of my head. There was no negotiations about the proper way to do it. I think Corey's just saying that. Sometimes that's not applicable.
Well, y'all are thinking about what you're doing and sparring, and I don't have any of that. I'm not relying on any thoughts at all. Just pure pain, instinct, reaction that is going to not work out in my favor and not work out in their favor, because I'm going to end up with something broke, and it's not going to be well. It's not going to go well.
For you, against a train, someone like that, someone like Shane, same reason why I tapped DJ 3 or 4 times over and over and over, despite DJ having over 100 pounds on me.
DJ is sitting there taking it easy on you.
Have you?
DJ was going after it.
DJ is trying to stay within the parameters of the training.
It's just us. That's what I mean. It's like there's a threshold where you get way too gassed, but more than you think, and there isn't that strength that you're just going to bulldog through it. It's just doesn't work that way unless you have 200 pounds on them and you bench press 500. You
ever been to City Limits?
Yes.
In the old days, it was huge. It was an old sewing factory, massive bar. Had the biggest dance floor I've ever seen in a bar. It's all cut up now. It's like a baseball training facility, and they've got a new bar next door. I was sitting by the DJ booth one night when Billy Jack, who happened to be the center for Tarleton, he was a large fella. Billy Jack was a big boy, 350-ish, I don't know, huge guy. I watched a dude hit him in the head with a bottle, just shatter it. And Billy Jack bent his head down, and people just started dogpiling on him. And then Billy Jack stood up like the Hulk and just started throwing people around the room and grabbing everybody possible.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. Like I'm saying.
I'm just saying sometimes things are out of that control.
I think there's a threshold.
That's all I'm saying. Sometimes there's no amount of control that you can have over everything going on.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying you put me in pain. I have no training to get out of that.
Right.
So what am I going to do?
You can try to hurt somebody.
I'm going to inflict pain back.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I'm feeling pain, but how do I inflict pain back? Not in a legal jiu-jitsu move. In the most instinctual way possible, in the places that I know hurt. It's not a good scenario for either person, because my arm that is getting levered on is going to get broke in that situation. But what I grab a hold of in that situation is going to get broke next. And it's just not, it's like, because you ain't going to jiu-jitsu me. You ain't going to, if you got control of both my arms and both of my legs, you did very, very well. But if there's one part that's not fucking tied down, it's getting slung erratically at you. And that's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. It's not like y'all are going for and playing within a set of rules. I don't know the rules. I'm not playing by those rules. I'm going by a completely different set of rules.
Yeah, but in a street fight, neither is someone that's trained that way going to. When they do get on top, they're gonna be mashing you in the face
Right,
too.
but
They're gonna.
you ever seen a dude get hit in the face with a beer mug? Like you never train for that. You can't train for that.
Yeah.
Somebody just hits you in the face with a beer mug.
in a street fight, okay, whatever the street fight is, it starts out standing up, correct?
Right.
What is the advantage that you have in a street fight?
I'm gonna run away.
Well, you can run away, but if you decide to stand and fight, you can.
You can shoot them.
Well,
You can
shoot
stab them.
You use a pool cue. You can do anything you want.
If you're just going to fight somebody on the street, you can let them wear themselves out swinging at you before you decide to do your little wrestling move. Period. Like, you can let them wear themselves completely out. If two people start out on the ground and one of them's trained and one of them's not trained, the person that's trained is going to have to hurt the person that's not trained. It's the only way. Like, they have to hurt them. They have to put them in an armbar. They have to put them in a headlock and choke them out. They have to hurt them. True or false?
Yeah.
Because that's the goal. How does that person react whenever that's happening to them?
I don't know. I mean, they're gonna wail. They're gonna
Do something.
swing back.
We
Yeah.
don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what they're going to do. And that's the danger. It's like, there's nothing worth losing a friendship over in a wrestling match where all of a sudden, you know what I mean, an arm gets twisted and all of a sudden some nuts are getting twisted and now nobody's friends anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, why'd you twist my arm? Why'd you twist my nuts? Because you were twisting my arm. Nuts were there.